Yeah, there we go. Got it. What is up, everyone? Welcome back. It is another Monday night, and we are back with another stay-at-home open mic presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. My name is Richie Marrufo. I'm the project director of the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. We're based out of El Paso, Texas, and part of BorderSenses, a nonprofit literary organization here in the area that, in addition to the open mic, offers a variety of workshops. And we've had a journal as well in the past that maybe one day will be resurface. But for now, we are doing live shows and we are still doing virtual shows. And of course, every Monday is our virtual show. We're going to team up, link up with people from all over the country, from all over the world. And it's really simple, like any other open mic. If you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. So if you are watching this live, first of all, welcome. Thanks for being here. We love having you here. And if you do want to perform, there will be a chance to sign up. Give me a couple moments, and I'll have a link in the description so you can sign up if you decide you want to try it. If not, we do encourage you guys to participate in the live chat, say hello, let us know where you're listening in from, and of course, just let us know what you enjoy. If there's any lines that stick out to you, anything that you liked in particular, and of course, for all the performers, as always, I'm going to encourage you guys to share your social media handles, any websites, ways in which we can support you by purchasing merchandise or even just listening to music, streaming music. That's kind of one of the goals as well. If you are here for EPCC and the Tejano Passport program, stick around throughout the show. I'll let you know here and there, or actually Kit's hosting. So I'll be messaging in the live chat ways in which you can communicate with me about that. But just like any other open mic, once you're signed up, we will call you up to the microphone, to the Zoom mic, do your thing. Everyone gets about 5 to 7 minutes to do their thing, or play a couple songs, and we'll go from there. Tonight's very special because I get to take off my hosting cap, and I'm just gonna fall into the role of I guess tech support. So I'll be kind of running things on the live stream as well on the Zoom call. But I'm very happy to introduce our guest. He has been here 100% attendance since our very first stream. Since then, he's stepped up quite a bit in terms of helping me host and just help build this particular community with BWOMS and El Paso writing, especially with Tumble Words as well. So we have Mr. Monday Night. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to him. And today he takes the reins. Let's go ahead and welcome to this show, Mr. Kit Rand. Take it away, man. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you very much, Richie. Well, it's that time again. The sun has made its way to its home in the western sky, and it's Monday night in El Paso. And here we all are in our nice little squares. I'm going to start us really quickly with a cover poem that I didn't write, but is about my life anyway. This is a poem in which I try to express my glee at the music my friend has given me, by Ross Gay, for Patrick Rizal. Because I must not get up to throw down in a cafe in the Midwest, I hold something like a clown-faced herd of bareback and winged elephants stomping in my chest. I hold 1,000 kites in a field, loose from their tethers at once. I feel my skeleton losing track somewhat of the science I've made of tamp. Feel it rising up, shriek and groove, rising up a river, guzzling a monsoon. Not to mention the butterflies of the loins, the hummingbirds of the loins, the 1,000 dromedaries of the loins. Oh, body of sunburst, body of larkspur and honeysuckle and honeysucker bloom, body of treetop holler, oh, light speed body of gasp and systole, the mandibles ramble, the clavicles swoon, the spine's trillion teeth, oh, drift of hip, oh, trill of ribs, oh, synaptic clamor and juggernaut swell, oh, gut racket, blast off and sugar tongue, syntax, oh, throb and pulse and rivulet swing and glottal thing and kickstart heart and heel toe heart, oh, a bullfight where the bull might take flight and win. And I do apologize for making people follow Ross Gay in this indirect fashion, but I'm not afraid of what comes next because I know that steel sharpens steel and everyone follows everyone else, just makes everyone better. And coming up first rather, is one of our far-flung friends from New York City. They've been celebrating a lot of releases, and I'll let them tell you all about that. Please welcome Deadpan Lizzie.
Thank you, Kit. I like Ross Gay, so I appreciate you reading. Just one gay to the next, right? Good. Yeah, there you go. And Beanie Blessings, thank you for having me. I do have a lot of books out. I actually only have 2 more copies of Kundabini. I've sold 80 copies. So if anyone wants those last 2 copies, let me know. I'm happy. I don't charge for shipping because it's very inexpensive for me. Otherwise, I can bring them with me I'm featuring New Jersey next week at an open mic, Nuyo Hybrid on the 8th, and then Rattlestick Playwrights in the West Village in New York City. So ES_Strauss, if you want to learn more about that, where my website is. I'm actually not feeling too great because I got my second COVID booster today and it's kicking my butt a little bit. Vaccines are hard for me. So I'm just going to read one 9x9 panku I wrote recently, actually for a Fincabulary prompt. It's called Be Still My Shaky Heart. My heart floats in my salty blanket within swirling seas, dangling from barnacles and remnants of unrepairable wrecked ships. 2 hurricanes and a nervous breakdown later, I asked myself if I should still allow Zir to fall in love again. The process of putting yourself out there when you feel your soul has turned into sea foam without traces of it between the currents that hold love for others to flow. Is my heart still in its Medusa phase? Thank you.
All right, thank you. And if people want to see more of you, where can they find you?
Thank you. If they want to see more of me, you can follow me on IG, ES_Strauss. It's in my box right there. And I post where I'm featuring, performing, always on there, usually my Instagram story. And then every first and third Tuesday of the month with Word is Right, WRITE. With Mr. Prada, I host Deadpan Dope, which is an open mic I host. All mediums of art are welcome there, so please come. It's a brave space for all. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I also post those updates on my IG page. Thank you so much for having me, Kit.
All right, thank you. And we're going to move right along. Excuse me, I have coffee in my mustache. We're going to move right along. We're going to go where the Allegheny meets those 2 other rivers. And we are going to visit with one of our very favorites. We are going to talk with Vale Larkin. Vale.
Hi.
What do you have for us?
I live on the Monongahela. You'll never remember it. We just call it the Mon. Just call it the Mon and you'll sound like you're from here, if you want to do that. Okay, I'm going to read 3 pieces today. 2 of them I started in Tumble Words last week. Love Tumble Words. And one of them all 3 of them are a little in progress, but one of them is really drafty. And I'll start with that one. Peace and Other Comforting Fables. Can't find the words to release this tension twisting in my center like Ouroboros confined. I feel so much welling up and falling down around me. Taste it in the air. See its unraveled soul. Hear the cries of ravens, crows, the misericord. Feel it pierce your heart. Mercy slides through armor to bring peace. But peace is a lie. The planet hurtling through space, the sun, the stars, and all of us flow constantly into unknowing. Stillness, even in death, is a pretty toy to distract the weary, who believe it is our own feet that carry us. We are fools on the precipice, believing we are reaching for stillness as the ground falls away. This next piece, in a former life, I was an exotic dancer, and there was a prompt at Tumble Words that caused me to write this. Both of these poems are kind of about dance. This is sort of autobiographical. spiderweb show. She likes them a little older, a little wiser, a bit more familiar with the dance of supplication and rejection. They come to her shy like wide-eyed boys, and she brings them with her, leads them by strings and sensation, a feast for the eyes, a balm to the soul, and never a drop to drink. She dances for them, of course, since this is the game, the reason for their presence, the measured cadence of legal, legitimate, and illicit. The tighter they are buttoned up, or down, or together, the more transgressive she becomes. She dances to Ben Harper, the power of the gospel. She dances to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. She dances to Bury the Evidence and House of a Thousand Corpses, to Live and Overcome with its soaring, joyous reverence, to Bulls on Parade, to show them how she really feels. She dances to the sacred, the profane. She makes it all strange and silver. She is too cold for gold, but she warms them better than their cash would if they hadn't given it all away. And she takes their pain, and they are soothed for a moment they have bought instead of earned. And this last piece is, and Kit will say the name of the presenter because I have completely forgotten it, but this was an amazing workshop at Tumblewords.
I did, in fact, put it in the chat just now. Her name is Kelly Mary McAllister out of Toronto.
Thank you. Thank
She's
you.
Great.
Yeah. This last piece, she showed us a video of a piece called Angel's Atlas, which is a dance piece. So this is sort of an acrostic inspired by that. Angels, atlases, and ocean choreography. Their bodies are synchronized by sound. The cloth on their legs is dark and unobtrusive, and every seeming stagger is mirrored by many layers of sameness, making a hazel of the stage, making a liquid, shifting lake. The soul is in the heart, we like to say, or maybe the mind, or stomach, or maybe nowhere, a nothing, an empty quest. Their souls are in their hands, the tension of one or two fingers, making a bird of their flight around the stage. Someone is reaching, someone is pushing, someone is caressing the air like a lover. Here are hands gripping the music like it is the only thing they can cling to in life. Here are hands like dancers too, like they are making their own patterns in counterpoint to the body they belong with. Their bodies are making waves through space. Their hands are making waves like myriad molecules in the ocean, like a handful of water, like sound creating sight, synesthesia that every single listener can see. Thank you. I'm going to put info in the chat. I have a couple features coming up.
Yo, am I going on now or when am I going on?
You're going on next. You're going on next. If you have a question, put it in the chat instead of doing that. Okay. Well, Bale will be featuring very soon in myriad places. You can look at the chat for those. We are always so proud to have them. But we're going from familiar faces to someone new. I'm really excited. This is off the beaten path for the kind of music we get at this spot, and I'm excited for it because out of the glamorous Dallas, Texas, we have Forever Over, an alternative rock collective looking for any help from anyone. They will change the world, and it'll be easy. What a seductive promise. Julian, when you're ready, we're ready for you.
Do you want to hear something experimental or pop?
It's your call, man. We're ready for anything.
All right. Gotcha. This is what music should sound like. What's wrong? You've been asking, but I don't have an answer. I know that it's over. You should go to sleep now. The only time I feel alright is by your side. My girl! Yeah, she's all over me. My girl! Can't get enough of me. My girl expects the best of me. My girl. My girl. She's all over me. My girl. Can't get enough of me. My girl. My girl. I see my girl on the highway. We're racing back to my place. And if she's ever in trouble, should I be there on the double? You know that I can't live without you. You know that I won't live without you. I know that you hate me for it. I wish that I didn't know you. I wish that I didn't love you. My girl. Yeah, she's all over me, my girl. Get enough of me, my girl. Expects the best of me, my girl expects the worst out of me. I don't know why, my girl. Fucking amp broke. Fuck. The time I feel alright is by your side. My girl! Yeah, she's all over me. My girl! Can't get enough of me. My girl! Expects the worst out of me. I don't know why. My girl! Yeah, she's all over me. My girl! Can't get enough of me, my girl. My girl expects the worst out of me. I don't know why. Alright, sorry about the amp. I'm so broke, literally I had to buy it from the army store for $20 and it's like from the 80s, does not work at all.
Well, live music, it's always going to be entertaining, even if something goes wrong. That's what's great about it. Well, Julian, we really appreciate getting to meet you. And if you want to share where we can find you and more of your music, this is
I got
the time
another
to do that.
song, don't I have 7 minutes, right?
Oh, you want to play another song? Go ahead. I thought the amp
that's
was
what I was
like
asking
setting
for,
things down.
experimental or yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I got you. Was the audio levels fine or should I turn the music up more to match my voice and the guitar?
I think the backing track should be up a little more.
Okay. So this was all improv, the vocal line, so I guess I'm gonna talk over it to match more of what we're doing. So I was in El Paso last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't fucking remember. Then I was in Colorado. Then I was in Oklahoma. Shit, now we're in Dallas. Just chilling, playing some music, you know. That's all I do. I'm also a paleontologist though, and I make movies. And I'm joining the Marines. I actually just went today, so that's gonna be cool. I'm actually gonna go to Kiev and fuck shit up right now or tomorrow. But yeah, a lot's been changing. Like a lot. But maybe it's for the better. Everyone says it's for the worse. Like my mom is like freaking out, and everyone's freaking out whenever it doesn't look like I'm doing anything bad, right? Like it's just fucking music, pretty good music, right? Like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm doing it better than them, or fucking they can't do. I don't know. It's people are weird. Like girls will say they'll be there, and then they'll just get up and leave, even after like we just fucked. Like it doesn't make sense. Like maybe that's all they wanted. I don't know. And my parents just left the room. Like they were here, but they're not here anymore. I don't know what I did. You don't love me, you love me more than yourself. 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 So. You love me more than yourself. You just love me more than yourself. Yourself. You just love me, I just need some help. You love me way more than yourself. Baby, I just really need some help. Some help. Some help. I just really fucking need some help. Help real bad. This isn't even a part of a song. Just need some fucking help. Everyone runs away. 'Cause they're fucking scared of me like pussies.
All right.
Yo, sign this kid. No, I'm joking.
I'm not. Sign him.
Right?
All
I'm
right.
not joking. Like shit. I was like half joking, but everyone says a joke for a reason. Like there's no smoke without a fire.
Exactly. There's always a subtext of reality, even in fiction and jokes. Please tell the people where they can find you online, find more of your music.
All right, bet. I'm working on a film right now, actually. It's about fucking like dinosaur bounty hunters, and I'm like the main guy, and I'm gonna do it all because I can do it better than anyone else.
All right. Dinosaur bounty. The dinosaurs collect the bounties, or people hunt dinosaurs for bounties?
No, it's like a dinosaur apocalypse. It's gonna symbolize COVID. Like, you know, people still go out whenever like there's a dangerous thing going on. It's gonna be like that. Like it's like I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be like, my life is so hard because like people keep going out and I keep having to respond to these calls. Like all you have to do is get the pheromone vaccine and then they can't smell you, but people are scared to get that vaccine. You know, it's gonna be like a parallel, and then it's gonna parallel everything. Like it's gonna just be like our world, but with it's symbolism's easy.
But with dinosaurs, symbolism is easy.
It's fucking.
That's what I
easy.
became a poet. All right. All right. Well, Julian Mamas. All right. A lot of projects going on. Definitely something to look out for. We're glad to meet you. We're glad to have you. We're going to move on now up into the Rocky Mountains, where our friend Michael Sindler resides with his interesting paintings in the background. We're real happy to have him again. Michael, when you're ready.
Everybody, great to be here. As always, I just want to go ahead and, before I forget, go ahead and put out the word for lighthouseriders.org. Great up thing. And matter of fact, I was so pleased I got to actually perform live and in person last night and get paid for it. At a gig, I performed with musicians behind me as part of a thing for Lighthouse here at the Mercury Cafe, which is an amazing Denver tradition. So that was really neat to be able to do it and be doing it with my lighthouse friends. But I was kind of hoping that our beanie god might have done something for Rosh Hashanah, but you know, because there's all kinds of different holidays going on. But I, on the other hand, am going to celebrate Navaratri because that is also today, and so I'm going to do a few poems that sort of work towards that. And I'm going to start with this one, which some of y'all have heard before, about what I used to do twice a day, every day for years on the ashram where I lived, and it's called Durga. Humble wooden temple suspended over still water at end of steep downward path towards boulders of granite above the bank, huge cushions of stone from whence I gaze as insects gambol across skin of reflecting pond. Dragonflies weave air into patterns, cattail sentries rim perimeter. Cross the bridge, smell the walls redolent of camphor and sandalwood, stained plywood blackened over time by waved puja lamps, black as Mother Durga, her bright clothes, perfume powders, replenished flowers, overripe fruits, traded daily to timeless tune of Sanskrit slokas. Hush grove, deer hide in silence, kneeling in underbrush, awaiting my retreat. Bare feet backtracking over worn mossy path through some familiar woods, into cow field past sacred bull who catches tossed apples in teeth, passing through gate towards white clapboard warm retreat. Quiet water, stirrings and shrubs, hesitant advances across grasses. See them come, sniffing, sensing safety and sanctity. All creatures, congregates of forest fold, truest choir, residents of ritual. I have been and seen and sung, I have longed and loved. I will return over and over in space and time and mind, always suspended between place and prayer. And do one that is very directly to the mother. We should all celebrate our mothers, and the mother in particular. And this is an ode to Shekinah. Mother of all, we see you in all, each rounded hill, your beating bosom, milk of your heart in each sweet fruit, your coursing power running through wave, wind, and earthly tremor, fierce, untamed mistress holding all life in gentle arms of green, your beauty bursting in infinite color, in infinite scent, in infinite texture, arousing all affection, all rush to valor. We ache in every aspect of our essence to once again be one with you. The deep womb of the grave itself only brings us closer to rebirth in new form. O Aphrodite, O Kali, O Avalokiteshvara, release your Shakti and your compassion. Only through you is love made true. And I actually did that one for a Tumble Words that I facilitated a while back. I'm going to do one more, and this is Prasad for Puja. Prasad for Puja, sticky sweets to set at the feet of Ganesha, round balls of dates, coconut, crust pistachios, honey and rose water, rolled in time to mantras, laid in concentric circles on silver serving plate, decorated with mint sprigs and marigolds, carried into temple, laid before the altar for assembled deities and gurus to partake in through prayer and pure spirit, chants and bhajans, waving camphor lamp aflame, kindled exhilaration and prostration, the gods having had their fill, traits lifted, circumnabulation, boon born around sacred space, devotee to devotee, each proffered gift placed in palm, lifted to lips, gently bitten, soft, sweet treat. Joy travels from tongue to anahata chakra. Heart opens to love, resting in bliss, lower limbs in lotus. Coconut strands stick between teeth. Temperate tranquility, rosewater aroma, overcoming ambient incense. Last bow to altar, rise in reverence, milling and moving towards exit, silent solidarity of spirits sliding off to sleep and dream until morning satsang. And I thought about, gee, who should I do for the hat poem? And it just only seemed right to do the great Rabindranath Tagore. So I'm going to do a couple pieces, verses from his Getting Jolly. And this is number 35, which is probably one of his better known things. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action. In that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. And I'm going to do one more, also from Gitalanji, and this is number 83. And it goes, Mother, I shall weave a chain of pearls for thy neck with my tears of sorrow. The stars have wrought their anklets of light to deck thy feet, but mine will hang upon thy breast. Wealth and fame come from thee, and it is for thee to give or to withhold them. But this, my sorrow, is absolutely mine own, and when I bring it to thee as my offering, thou rewardest me with thy grace. Okay, thank you all very much.
All right, thank you, Michael. Are there any upcoming events that you still need to
Well, I
put on
am,
everyone's calendar?
I am doing a thing for Finn on the 29th. I will be facilitating a workshop Saturday. I think it's at 3 o'clock. I will find that and
Thursday.
it's Thursday. Okay. One of those days I will be, yes, thank you. And I'll go ahead and find that info and put it in the chat. So thank you all very much.
Michael will also be doing a Tumblewords October the 15th, titled TBA, but we're looking forward to it. We trust him in those matters. And speaking of Tumblewords, coming up next is someone integral to how that whole system works, but we're going to bring it back to the home base. We're going to go to the man known to some as Senor Chispas. We're going to talk with Bill Sparks. Bill, when you're ready. You're on mute, my friend.
Here we go. All right. I have a couple of short pieces. One that I wrote recently with a group of veterans, and I think this is appropriate with everything that's going on in Europe right now. The bands played spirited marching songs. Flags were waving in the breeze. There was patriotic regalia, red, white, and blue everywhere. The young and the old cheered as the soldiers marched by, marching in step to the music with their heads held high. They marched as families shed silent tears of goodbye. No one wanted to go, but they went anyway. For God and country, for honor, for their families, it was their duty. No one speaks of the long caravan of the returning wounded. No one speaks of the funerals for the dead. No one speaks of the missing in action. The flags flew in the breeze. The people cheered. The soldiers marched, and the band played on. This one here is a little different, was from one of the Tumblewords programs that I attended, talking about isms. And you're going to have to guess this one on your own. You, they called out. Get in line, they said. Stop talking, they ordered. Show me your papers, they demanded. Who do you think you are, they laughed. Speak Spanish, they asked. My reality check. A non-Spanish speaker. In a word, a stranger in my own home. The reality of not fitting in. The reality of being different. The reality of feeling oppression. What is one to do? Ich kann ein wenig Deutsch sprechen. I can speak English, I said. I know a few words in Greek and Korean, I said. My Spanish is poor, mostly for survival. You know, menus and road signs. I won't go hungry, I said. I won't get lost. Why are you treating me this way, I asked. Because we can, they said. We're in charge. Get back in line. And my last one here was dealing with realism. Reality is. It really is that simple. There is no instruction manual for life. People say, act your age. I have never been this age before. How exactly would you like me to act? Holy books offer guidance, a path to enlightenment, maybe. But reality makes its own way in the universe. A rebellious child was I, a difficult soldier, weaving my way, following orders, sometimes. Now an old man who can't hold his tongue. I have lived free. I have lived under social constraints. I have lived among other cultures. Popeye and Peter Pan are my heroes. I am what I am. I refuse to grow up. I have grown to be me. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the remainder of my time.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Are there any local events, upcoming events that you'd like to take this time to promote?
I do have one. It's for veterans, however. It's on the 6th. There's going to be a veterans writing program at the Veteran One Stop here in El Paso. It will be a hybrid meeting. So there's 20 seats, and anybody who wants to Zoom in, they can get a hold of me on Facebook.
Okay, excellent. Look him up, Bill. Bill Sparks on Facebook. Yes, a fixture of the local community in more ways than one. We're happy to have him and to know him. And coming up next is a man, and he's been with us. He's been reading for more than a year at this point, and we've followed him on a road trip across the country, and he's settled in San Diego now and thriving in San Diego. And he's known to some as the Oso Lobo or the Bear Wolf, but to his friends and only his friends, he's the propaganda poet. Welcome when you're ready.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you all so much for having these spaces. You know me, you know how I do. We're live today because this shit was available to us yesterday. Don't ever forget that. Thank you for making the world a better place. I'm literally in my office grading papers while I'm listening to poetry. So I thank you for helping me get through that process. And Kit, I especially want to thank you. I'm going through the definition papers, and it also, I'm already come across 2 that are writing papers defining the zeroth impression. So thank you, sir, for letting me share that with my class, because you had an effect on them, man. So thank you for sharing. I have a new book. This is my second book, The Word Tornadoes. It's available, inspired by the great Noelia Cernia. When I responded to one of her posts and said, word tornadoes, that'd be a great name for a book. And she said, write it. And when Noelia Cernia tells you to write a book, you write a fucking book. That's how that works. So I'm going to read some micros and some shorter poems from here. The first one is called Another Happy Couple. In this scene together, we're seen together, but does it seem together when these seams rip the tether? Will these screams last forever, or these dreams escape the never as we hide under the weather? Admit the truth, never, when we're seen together in this scene together. This one is called These Sideshow Attractions House Deeper Distractions. I am a man bun on a bald dude. Yeah, I know that shit don't make no sense. Well, your shit don't make no sense to me because all these false allegations of beauty are like gallows poles throughout the centuries. Don't act like trending is a new thing when popularity has been singing the praises of the master races since the early phases of civilization. Now, if only there were more civility in the citizenry, then maybe we could meet at the cross sections of intersectionality, where dreams can actually dance with reality. And maybe, just maybe, instead of just coexisting in this insanity, we could stop limiting the definitions of humanity. And then how about a couple haikus? Here's a couple haikus. Waving the red flag. An empty suitcase longing to be filled again, heavy with baggage. This one is called Preferred Perspectives. Try this pronoun on. God identifies as we. Just think about it. Poetically speaking, why write poetry? Axe murder is illegal, the road less traveled. And then let's see, ego estranged. It's always me first until it comes time to be held accountable. I'm really digging these micros, man. They're lots of fun. How much can you cram in like 3 or 4 lines? Couple more, and then I will say thank you and bid you adieu and tell you how much I love you and appreciate you all. Inklings, paying for beauty with pain. It's what we do. We are all tattooed. And then one last one. Direct message. Circumlocution. That just does not work for me. I got shit to say. Thank you very much. You are all awesome. I'm going to go back to grading papers and listening to all of you amazing poets. Thank you for being you.
Well, thank you for being you, Prop. I mean, this isn't for public, but I kind of want to see those responses to the poem of mine that you showed them. That's really awesome.
I'll share some things with you. I'll send you some things.
Okay. Thank you very much.
As long as I name no names and only give you parts, then I can get away with that.
Right. There are certain privacy laws that we have to follow. I understand and appreciate that. But I think of art as like this big grand conversation that's been going on for thousands of years. And to get to hear direct responses like that, I mean, I think that's what I was going for. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. But coming up next is the man who, this isn't even overpraise, it's just a literal truth, because he's the man who, without him, none of us would be happening. And I'm real grateful and thankful for everything he's done for the scene, for keeping Barbed Wire going during the most tumultuous time any of us have experienced. And ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else, please welcome the hardest working man on the border, Richie Marrufo.
Oh man, love it. Thank you, Kit. Yeah, I saw that we're waiting for a couple peeps to make it into the room. If they do. If not, that's also fine. But hello everyone. I didn't really plan anything. So I grabbed first a copy of my friend's book, How to Lie to a Customs Agent by Carlos Fidel Espinosa. He's the winner of the Southwest Book Award from the Border Regional Library Association, award that Robert Schofield has also won, my friend Valentin Sandoval. So that's a pretty good list, just like of recent winners. This is just a quick poem in there. It's called Kissing a Cholo. When I dream that I'm a Chicana poet dressed like Frida Kahlo. I dream I am reading to a room full of raza. I dream I'm you. But on Dia de los Muertos, I dream I'm a chola with thick black eyeliner and ruby red lips. I am a chola from Moon City, the colonia on the tip of El Paso's city limits. Tonight, under the electric stars, I'm about to scam with the cholo from Fatherless. We are kissing behind the bleachers of Indian Ridge Middle School. I fall for his sloppy tongue and his slick hair. He touches me as if I were smoke, as if he could lose me to the slightest of breezes. To him, I am the fading dream. Anyway, just want to share that one. It's a random one that I had picked up. Oh, I'm blurry. This is what I look like when you're drunk. Okay. So, yeah, this is called Beautiful Dreamer. 4 a.m., intoxicated buzz of frenzy and fury. Spray paint coats the air of this bohemian underbelly bridged between star and X. Is this it? See, there are a lot of substances swimming in here. Two-way drunken texts spill out in the shape of smoke signals. Beatbox in my head, hummingbird in my heart. I tried the coffee spoons, but the other stuff was so much more alluring. Love has very well taught me the actions of fools. See, I'm glued to this chair, but the sky is calling me. I want to serenade the past and caress the rhyme of tomorrow as chills recollect static from the space of in-betweenness. Space for peace, at least for lease. Familia. Fleck away from the splatter and fragile hues of dark matter to the clash and clatter of me and you. Guess who? It's a hopscotch to the scotch on the rocks. Leave your socks at the door. This is the dance floor of your dream skewed familial moon that led to swoons in June, to a year-long build-up to a tune of a broom. Then there was you. Fortune and frenzy, flame and fury, turntable turbulence, burn the beat, jump in the jukebox to supreme screen scenes of tactile tectonics, sonic boombox to rock your socks, stomp your feet to café con pan melodies, jump in on your jealousy. It's a jigsaw jive to the shindig jig, you dig. I'll spread out like dirt. As a sandstorm form of white sand energies, we'll see a new sense of urgency through illuminated glass. The spiraled truth reveals itself as moose sign. It must be Kandinsky, moon dancer, you, firecracker anthem. I nod my head to the beat that echoes in the wake of your footsteps. Heartbeat. Lively pulsations of pithy meanderings, sleepwalker with the tempered glance of steel and roses, lullaby of the world. It's gonna take a lot more than hope to get us home, a lot more than love to show us pain or hate to slow us down in battle of heart versus brain. Our walk is the climb of a reckless dancer, each step improvised a bit more than the last. Will we still love each other in the end? Even Orpheus looked back. Only the mad ones know what delights are swimming inside that beautiful mind of yours. But only, sorry, let me say that again. Only the mad ones know what delights are swimming inside that beautiful mind of yours, and where to slow dance away from trouble. Right, so that's one, and then last one called Kiss of Fire. I remember rooms strewn with strangers, adorned with the weight of wandering eyes, yearning for that chance to linger, to feast on that quiet desperation, to catch another's fish hooked, high wired, kerosene soaked life preserver of a glance for just a moment, this moment, in which we are the only two people in existence, burning hot quasars on the peripheries of something, caught up in a dance with nothing, It's a cosmic tango, nebula dust pillars swirling to the melody of cascading trumpet battle cries. It's the ever expanding pool of the universe seeking to know itself. It's we. It's we are a feather and a bowling ball falling side by side in the vacuum of maybe, perhaps, not today. Count us the everyday explorers of the could have beens and sidewinded sing alongs. We bring along the song of the long gone and since then rescinded. Call us the heavy winded eternity, living, breathing, dying, and being reborn all over again. Eternity lived out in moments like this. Ojitos, ocular arsenry, in which our eyes meet head on like high beams in the seclusion of a pre-dawn southwest desert highway, doomed for a head-on collision of you and me. The taste of a cotton candy sunrise and the sizzle of a new day. All right, thanks. And I guess I'll end with this one. It's called Juxtaposition. It was inspired by an article about like science, some anthropologists, some scientists finding some of the earliest bones, right, of our ancestors. Beginnings and endings are mirror images, and sometimes I just lose track of the difference. I have found home in the secret passageways of stories and their shadows. Let us be silent now and listen to everything in between. I spit truth for truth's sake. Everything else is simply the physics of that poetry. I know you and I love you. Let's call that knowledge. The corners of your mouth are brilliant. I know, because I've been awake to feel the glow from the first break of light, from the first minutes of a new day, as it gently falls upon your skin and illuminates the profoundness of your brownness. I know because I have felt the way our bodies evolve into softer creatures of compassion, dust of this earth settled in our skin. I know because I know because I know because I know. See, there's a devious geometry to be found in the fault lines of a lover's lips. It's a tremulous tectonics that unsettle in the tremendous basins of butterfly barns, our planetary expressions, painted once more from the interstellar dust that dances in the furnace of our hearts. It's a desire for exploration. You see, gravity's infatuation with the spectacular has led us to this. 800,000 years later, some scientists unearthed a fragment of your finger bone, but not once did they ever consider your capacity to be a lover. All right, and I will stay right there. Or end right there. Thank you so much, Kit, for helping me out tonight. BWOMS stuff, we've been at it. We got a couple of events this week. So yeah, BWOMS, follow us online. You can also follow me, Deadwall Reveries, on Instagram. Thank you. I'm going to hand it over back to you. Thank you, Kit. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Richie. Yes, as people been saying in the chat, we know you as the boss, but when you get to read, it's a real special treat. I've memorized the end of that last one. I can't memorize my own goddamn poems, but I know a couple of yours pretty up and down. Coming up next, we're going to go out west to Los Angeles to a classroom filled with ghosts. He's a writer, he's a musician, he does poetry, he does teleplays, he does you don't know this because he's surprisingly humble, but he's got an Oscar in there somewhere. I only know that because he designed the book cover for our dear friend Donna's most recent book. But I want you all to get your pen and paper because class is in session. Please welcome.
Can
Mr.
I
Tudor.
share a screen?
You should be able to. Yes. Let me make sure.
Let me check.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, can you see my screen? Yeah. All right. So this is a little play that I wrote. Is titled in Quaquonetsin, which means the boy of the forest, and it's actually taken from a true anecdote of the life of Netzahualcoyotl, one of our leaders. It was a little section by J. Luis Martinez titled The Needy Boy in the Forest, and I re-envisioned it as the following. Fade in. Exterior Sierra de Texcoco forest, late afternoon. In the shade of an old growth ahuehuetl cypress tree, Quaquonetsin forest boy is squatting around. It is the late afternoon and is trying to keep moving and or swiping the biting mosquitoes that fly from his face. He's been sent out to collect firewood for the family hearth. Having no luck, he decides to take a break. He digs fist-sized holes in the ground, and in between swatting flies and mosquitoes, he rolls marbles from wet clay. He rolls up to 5 and waits for them to dry. He rifles through them and tests them for dryness. Quaquonetsin. Se kayokotl, iwan ome kayokotl, iwan ye kayokotl, iwan nawi kayokotl, iwan makwil kayokotl. He smiles at his achievement as he points the individual marbles and tests them for firmness. He drops to his knees and sweeps the ground while simultaneously swatting mosquitoes from his face. As he sweeps his playground, he sings Teteo Ina Nikwik, the song his mother taught him in honor of the mother of the gods. Quaquonetsin sings. Awi yakosawi so chikweponka yewa tonana teo meshawe mokisi kantamoanchan. Awiya yao ya ye aye yao ya ye awiya istak so chikweponka yewa tonana teo meshawe mokisi kantamoanchan. Awiya, yao ya yeo, aye, yao ya yeo. While Quaquonetsin is lost in his song, a hunter walks up to his resting area, alerted by the swatting of mosquitoes. Netzahualcoyotl. Panolti, good afternoon. Quaquonetsin jumps up in a shameful stance with his gaze towards the floor. Quaquonetsin. Panolti, si no ne in Tlamotki, honorific salutation for a hunter. Netzahualcoyotl kneels down, dusts him off, moves his hair out of his face, and gets a good look at him. Netzahualcoyotl. What are you doing here? Quaquonetsin. My parents sent me to get wood. Netzahualcoyotl. I don't see you collected any wood. Quaquonetsin. There is none to be found outside of the Tlatoani's forest, the king's forest. Netzahualcoyotl is the Tlatoani the boy was referring to. He often goes out amongst his constituents to understand their concerns. He goes undercover, typically as a hunter. Netzahualcoyotl. Look over there, points toward the forest of Texcoco. Netzahualcoyotl. There's so much wood. You would be done very fast and could come back, finish a couple of rounds off of your marble game. What happens if you go in there and take some wood? Quaquonetsin. Oh, no, sir. I would never think to do such a thing. The Tlatoani would take my life. Netzahualcoyotl in dismay. Netzahualcoyotl. Who is that Tlatoani? Quaquonetsin sheepishly answers with distrust and whispers. He's a little miserable man. He takes from men what the gods give in handfuls of abundance. Quaquonetsin pauses and drags his bare foot on the dusty ground. My grandfather says he's a spoiled child born a colmistli, or curd puma, the son of Istli Xochitl, black flower, and Matlalcihuatzin, honorable dark green woman, the daughter of Huitzilihuitl, hummingbird day. Did you know he was not even a full Mexica, merely an opportunist? He's an Acolwa from the eastern shores, from where our great lord Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Netzahualcoyotl turns away and frowns a little. Netzahualcoyotl, well, he sounds like an interesting man. Cuauhconetzin, rolls his eyes. Cuauhconetzin, they say he writes poetry. My grandfather says he drinks too much ocli, pulque, fermented maguey sap, and is infatuated with some lord named Tloquenahuaque, unknowable lord of everywhere. Netzahualcoyotl, don't you think he's an intelligent man who is literate and devoted to the gods? Cuauhconetzin, maybe a vengeful man. You see, when he was 15, he had to flee to Huexotzinco because the ruthless Tepanec leader Tezosomoc from Azcapotzalco had assassinated his father, and he barely got away in 1422. He returned with a different name. Now he was Netzahualcoyotl, the fasting coyote, very mystical. Cuauhconetzin pauses and thinks for a bit. I would change my name too. I would not want to be a crooked kitty. Netzahualcoyotl's face starts to turn red. Cuauhconetzin, and let me tell you, when I mean crooked, I mean his aunts bribed Tezosomoc, the Tepanec leader, and he was allowed to come back and be educated as a Mexica. Netzahualcoyotl is tempted to spank this boy, but he decides to hear him out. Cuauhconetzin continues. But he was vengeful. After the Triple Alliance conquest of Tenochtitlan, Dacopan, Tlatelolco, Huexotzinco, Tlaxcala, and Chalco, he began a series of attacks to isolate Tepanecs through the territory of Texcoco. The defeat of the Tepanecs and the total destruction of the kingdom of Azcapotzalco, and they called out the Aztec Triple Alliance between Texcoco, Tenochtitlan, and Tlacopan. Netzahualcoyotl was eventually crowned Tlatoani, the king of Texcoco, in 1431. And as you see, he finally exacted vengeance on those responsible for the death of his father. Netzahualcoyotl, well, don't you think he was justified? Cuauhconetzin, honorable sir, I'm not sure. These could all be Huehuetlactoli, or old tales. I meant to change that my grandfather tells me before I go to bed. Shall I ever meet him? I don't think Tlazoteo, the filth goddess, would render that penance on me. Netzahualcoyotl starts to change the subject very fast before he turns redder. Netzahualcoyotl, let me help you put together some bundles of wood, and I will not tell anyone. He spins around. Netzahualcoyotl, as you can see, there's no one around. Cuauhconetzin stomps and shakes his fist at the hunter. You're making me very angry. You're asking me to be a traitor, not to the miserable little king, but to my family. You're Yaoyotl, enemy. My parents can't lose their lives because of your traitorous suggestion. Cuauhconetzin picks up his dried marbles and he cries as he runs home, swatting his face as the crying has attracted more mosquitoes and flies. Netzahualcoyotl calls out his pages who were just back in the forest. Netzahualcoyotl, I want you to follow that boy without being seen. When he gets to his house, summon his parents and bring them to my court tomorrow. Fade out. And this is a one-pager closeout. In interior Netzahualcoyotl's court day. Cuauhconetzin's parents were led into the Tlatoani's court. They were very afflicted and frightened, not knowing why they were called to the presence of Netzahualcoyotl. Custom being that they could not look up and see the Tlatoani since it was considered disrespectful. Netzahualcoyotl, I have ordered that they give you bales of blankets, much corn, cacao, firewood, and other gifts. Your son will have the privilege to attend the best Calmecac school in Texcoco. Cuauhconetzin realizes that the voice he was hearing was the hunter that he had met in the woods. He started to panic and wraps himself around his mother's waist. Cuauhconetzin's parents realize that something terrible has happened. Parents, with all due respect, your grace, we don't know what our son has done or how we have offended you. We are mere wanting peasants, and we are merely trying to live a dignified, peaceful, and respectful lives. We request your deepest mercy upon us. Netzahualcoyotl stands from his Ikpali, his throne, and addresses the parents. Netzahualcoyotl, I want to thank your son for following the laws that I have set forth. Also to thank him for the lesson on humility. That's how Acoyo addresses his tlacuilos, his riders. He begins to dictate a new directive to the people. And that's how Acoyo. Tlokenowake, our unknowable Lord of everywhere, has given me a vision. In the future, some half century from now, pale strangers on our lands will consider these practices to be leading edge forestry management. So let it be known that moving forward, the old limits of forest gleaning shall be removed. Anyone can enter the mountains and forage for wood, firewood, and as long as it's only dry fallen trees. Felling standing living trees shall still be punished with penalty of death. Fade out. It's such a good story, I put somebody to sleep.
I was listening. I just had my eyes closed.
That was cool.
It's really good.
So, are we doing that time, Richie? Do we have time for music?
I think Kid says yes.
Oh, Kid says yes. I'm sorry, Kid. I bypassed your authority, as Cartman would say in South Park. Wow, that was an interesting storytelling there. Okay, here we go. Let's see if my amp holds up. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one, and I know that you got your reason. These things that are pleasing, you can hurt you somehow. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. You know the queen of heart is always your best bet. Now it seems to me some time have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones you can get. Oh, you ain't getting no younger. Your pain, your hunger, they're driving you home. And freedom, well, that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Don't your feet get cold in the winter time? The sky won't snow in It's hard to tell the night from the day. You're losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fences. Open the gate. It may rain, may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. You better let somebody love before it's too late.
All right. The last time someone played the Eagles, we got a copyright strike. So I hope you didn't get us in trouble.
I don't think so. It's too weird.
All right. Well, I certainly hope that's the case.
Oh, that's
Okay.
the key to doing covers on YouTube. Change them just enough.
Just
There you go. There you go.
okay. All right. Where else can the people find you, Tess?
Folks can find me on Instagram under Gashes 2019, on Facebook under Gashes 2019, and you can also join the Pandemic Poets group, and then we'll see you guys around.
Right. Excellent. Thank you so much, Tessa. And to give you a little bit of the behind the scenes dirt, we've been kind of in a stalling effort. So hoping that 2 people would show up, and they have shown up. And I just want to remind you that this is going over the air on YouTube, which is owned by Google and its parent company Alphabet, which is different from Meta, which owns Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. But in the off chance anyone from Meta is watching, I can assure them that our next reader is above the age of 0. I will personally vouch for that. But that was all just to say, please welcome Terry Rose Jurtson to the stage.
Hi, yes, I am much older than 0, but Instagram.
Never mind how much.
I'm times, well, if you times anything by 0, it's still 0, so I can't say times it. Add 60 onto 0, and that's how old I am. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay. So I'm going to read out of my book, Chameleon Chronicles, a poem called Trainless Wedding Dress. That dress, that blasted dress laughs at her from the hanger. It knows how much she values the white satin and its silhouette. It knows she has gotten chubby again from eating too much candy. It knows she will never be able to fit inside its claustrophobic mesh and heavy commitment to dieting. Starving and aerobic activity to slim down to try to be able to zip the unzippable. She heard it once said that the train of the gown represents a way to hide the shadow of the bride. It stands to reason that this dress did not have one, so that darkness was free to follow. As long as it stayed behind her, she guessed it was okay, unless it would overcome her. But that can never happen to this queen in her luminescence, in the luminescent gown. After all, even though she's going on marriage number 3, She was still glowing brightly enough to obliterate any such shadiness in the room. Maybe she's addicted. She does exhibit addict behavior. On the pink cloud floating above the crowd, immersing herself in the feeling of such overwhelming euphoria, which is why she is doomed to repeat this scenario over and over. Maybe she is cursed. Maybe the feeling of suffocation, whether it be of fashion or by lifelong commitment, is the only thing that makes her feel alive. And I have a erotic poem, somewhat erotic. It's called Winter is Coming. This is also in the book. The white march down of my pillowcase feathers float above my head. And as I peek below my waist, there is a man carving out his place from beneath my hips, writhing in deep tongue pressure. He heaped mouthfuls of pleasure. I was plowed up around him. So easily he staked his claim on my ever-loving mound. I do not envy the industriousness of his hot muscle task. But then imagine feeling my heartbeat alive, like a dam being torn down by this irreverent beaver, hard at work in my river. Imagine the whole day tongue sore and beaming with accomplishment. As the dawn overtakes us with heavy breathing and satisfying sighs, he lingers between my thighs, swimming inside my body. He thrusts to answer my ever beckoning calls. To hidden places, he eagerly fills every cavity in me. His spirit yelped as he released. Giving up his ghost was my greatest pleasure. Thank you. Hope you are ready for that.
Well, we'll see. Thank you very much, Terry. Where can the people find more of you?
Now it's just Facebook under my name, Teresa Rose Dirtson, and you can get me on Twitter, but I'm still kind of unfamiliar with the way that works a little bit, even though I know it's supposed to be easier. On Twitter, it's I Not Funnies is my name on there. And I'm working on maybe, I don't know, Instagram thinks I'm 0 years old, so they did something to my account and I can't even get into it. I'm thinking of making another Instagram account. And if I do, it's going to be the Chameleon. if I get that going. I'm still debating whether or not I want to be bothered with Instagram, but they're really annoying. But if anybody's interested in my book, you can message me, and I have Cash App and I have PayPal as a way to pay. I've been known to trade books for other books as well. So just message me if you're interested in any of that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Terry. Glad to see you made it out. And we're going to go from New Jersey just a little down to the Beltway because that is the place where our next poet is known to stay. He has a certain gift with meter and diction, and I think you'll like what he has to say. That is my prediction. Please welcome Ed Poetastic Foreman to the stage. Eddie, are you there? Please don't. Ed, buddy. Okay. All right. Well, he's in the room, but he's not at his computer. That happens sometimes. Let's see. I think since it came up when Ed's taking a shower. Okay, great. Good timing. It's since it came up earlier when Beowulf was talking about his students, he asked me to share a specific poem of mine so that he could share it with them. I was, of course, flattered by that, and I figure it's I figure I might as well share it here so y'all know what we were talking about. So this is the 0th impression, the theory of social relations. I wish to relieve one pressure you have felt and replace it immediately with another. Do not worry about first impressions. The first impression is nothing. It is easily overridden, constantly amended, often forgotten entirely. Much more important is the 0th impression. You have no control over the 0th impression. You have no way to influence it or to even access it. It is being made right now independently in places that you have never even driven through. You see, as friends tell new friends of old friends, those new friends must depend on imagination and stock images to complete the story themselves. You are a placeholder name in so many stories. There are mental images of you based on absolutely no evidence. People you have never met have strong and inflexible opinions about you and what you should have done that one time. One day you will meet someone who knows of you only from a bystander's account of the worst day of your life. If he or she makes the connection, they will be close to starstruck, trying to reconcile the physical facts with their own understanding. You must see, they have carried this cartoon of you, this caricature from a tourist trap, for a long time. It has been rolled up, put in moving boxes, and subsequently unpacked in new domiciles. They may have even added their own twist to the story. It is their story now. You are now the protagonist of a modern urban legend. Do not fight against the 0th impression. Do not dwell on it. Don't justify yourself. Don't try to give context. Do your best to see the honor and not the offense. While no one can be all things to all people, you may find that, thanks to the 0th impression, being many things to enough people, it's astoundingly easy. All right. Put you in on the inside reference with that one. And all right, here we go. He was coming up next from Washington, D.C. I do not remember the couplets I had last time. He has answered the call only slightly late. And I think you will think that he was worth the wait. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Poetastic, Eddie Foreman.
Because you made me feel fantastic. Oh, your words are so bombastic. Man, I love your smile. So enthusiastic. All right. I'm sorry for the wait. I was just eating some chocolate cake. My name is Ed Potato. I feel fantastic. Please give me time to enjoy my rhyme for all feel sublime. I got 6 jokes and 3 poems, so you know I'm gonna rhyme. Okay, my first joke is oh, here it is. What is the name of a mime's alter ego? The Shadow. What is Spider-Man's toughest enemy? The Exterminator. Why was the peacock fired from his job? He was just too colorful. Why was the construction worker knocked unconscious? He didn't saw it coming. What was the polar bear's temperature? It was below 0. And last but not least, where did the gingerbread live? Where did the gingerbread man live? He had a little gingerbread house on Baker Street. All right, thank you so much. I got 1, let me see, got 3. My first poem for everyone is it's called They Have Landed. To the American people, the aliens have landed. They look advanced and evil. Oh my God, they look heavy-handed. They're quickly coming down. UFOs cover the skies. They're not making sounds. Oh my God, the dark's in their eyes. They look skinny and frail. They want to meet our leader. I say more, but I'm eating Taco Bell. Oh my God, did I pay the meter? They say to be doing the moonwalk. They have some stellar moves. Oh my God, they gonna stand and talk. Hope our bond can improve. It appears a guy moving towards them. Oh my God, he has a Confederate flag. Oh my God, he looks American and dim. And let's pray he doesn't brag. He's saying we don't like your kind here. Oh my God, the Grand Alien ready his blaster. Oh my God, man, cover your rear. It looks like a huge disaster. I know what you're thinking. I'm not doing a freaking thing. My precipitation is shrinking. The gray alien timber held by a string. The gray alien blasted into the sky. Damn Jim ran and hide. I feel like I almost died. What a crazy, unbelievable ride. Out of the sky came Godzilla. Now breathing, stomping about. Why couldn't it be Gilla the gorilla? Oh no, everybody scream and shout. Everybody's panicking. Oh boy, what can go wrong? Oh no, King Kong, aka the Monkey King. He's looking cranky and strong. There seemed to be a man with a billboard. It reads, Kong versus Godzilla. Place your bets. Oh my God, people are coming in herds. Hey, on Kong. Here's everything, including my vest. There's something unrelated, but send cash to my cash app. My life is in danger just like you. Come on, show some love. Where's that? I want to order something for Jumbo Juice. I know I should be scared, but who doesn't want to be? Sorry. I know I should be scared, but who doesn't want to be? Who wants to be rich? Screw the gecko. Go Kong. Make that giant gecko your bitch. Oh yeah, here comes the gong. Godzilla's rushing to Kong. God, why did I buy popcorn? Come on, you big ape. Don't take too long. Siri, I said how to make popcorn, not porn. King Kong swinging Godzilla around, literally by the scaly tail. It's like one big freakish merry-go-round. In a straight detail, Kong, aim for electric rails. Godzilla's getting angry. Oh my God, smoke's coming from his mouth. Oh my God, here comes an atomic bomb, frankly. He looks like me eating a plate of Brussels sprouts. Wait. Godzilla's bringing a huge beam. Mr. King Kong by a hair. I knew it just steam. Godzilla, that was cheating and unfair. Wait, what are they staring at? Billboards of donuts and burritos? Don't stand, look at that. They stopped fighting. Oh my God, I'm going to explode. Oh my God, Godzilla's giving me the finger. I need a giant robot ASAP. You big green cold-blooded stinger. I can't believe I'm seeing that. Now they're holding hands. Probably getting something to eat. I don't really understand what happened to the brawl and heat. Don't go away. I bet everything on you. I pray on this day. Hope my credit doesn't go higher than the moon. What happened to the gray aliens? A sign that says, Earthlings, we owe you. Oh my God, so much chaos has transcended. What are we possibly going to do? Woo! All right, here's another piece. This is called The Nightmare's Daydream. Do, 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 do. Oh my God, I'm so late. The bills are due. Oh, Mondays, I hate. I'm weak. Do I have the flu? Stove, hurry up for goodness sake. My boss is gonna be a red balloon. Breakfast, expired cake. I'm not complaining, it will do. Self not starting, give me a break. Bathroom, what did I come into? Laundry is full, the dirty mistake. Come on. Ode, no. Out the door, time to make or break. Oh, something smelling under my shoe. The nasty things dogs eat and make. Wet towels, a bunch, only a few. A wet towel, sanitizer, and shake. Hope nobody sniff and say, ew. Off to work. Wait, what's that quake? Construction, I need to get through. Oh, my mind and body ache. The work is going to stick like glue. I'll sit and listen to music while I bake. Stop hawking. Get a clue. For God or Buddha's sake, go around. There are potholes in the avenues. I'm finally here, avoiding the stake. Oh, hey, boss. Please don't be red or blue. I'm very sorry I was so late. Yes, I have a lot of work to pursue. Wait, what's the time? 8. I think I've been cursed. Is it a daily joke or fate? It's the same thing, but in reverse. I feel like I'm going to fate. If I do that, it's going to be much worse. Welcome, Matt. Where's the key for the gate? Ah, my God, it's going to burst. Here's the key. Another daydream / nightmare awaits. All right. This is called, this other one is called Superpower Zero. Woo! All right, let's see. Okay. I want super straight. I want to pack a punch, but I don't want my bones turned to dust. I want to read minds. All minds are my dish, but some ideas can make me sick. I want to run really fast. I want to be there in a flash, but it's going to really hurt when I crash. I want a magical ring. I want to shape to my will, but without it, my life is sealed. I want to be a wall crawler. I want to swing through buildings, but empty rep shooters, I'll crash through ceilings. I want to be a super soldier. I want to be a hero to all, but who will help me when I fall? I want to be a mutant. I want lasers for my eyes, but nobody will be around when I cry. I want to control metal. I want to control iron and steel, but I won't have spoons. I won't have spoons, knives, and forks for my meals. I want to be the angel. I want to fly away, but I'll be on call when all airplanes suffer delays. I want to stretch really long. I want to have big feet and hands, but I would quickly sink into quicksand. I want to be a clawing monster. I want unbreakable claws, but I will be more scared than a shark on Jaws. I want to be a green monster. I want my race to be my power, but my loved one will cry and cower. I want to control time. I want to go forward and back, but I will screw up everything in chaotic facts. I want to turn invisible. People won't see me, but I'll be an easy target for cars, trucks, and bumblebees. I want all the powers. I want all the powers in the world, but keeping with so much power make me hurl. I don't want powers. I just want to be me. I want to feel at ease and be happily free. Thank you.
Well, maybe being at ease is a superpower. Consider that. It's what you have. Thank you so much, Eddie. Where can people find more of you? That's what they're inclined to seek out.
Oh, you almost had it. If they're inclined to do, so I can do with this wonderful, fantastic Barbed Wire Avenue. Hope everyone come over. Please, please, please come over to this awesome open mic that makes everyone such a delight on every Monday night. If you want to follow me, please feel free. My name is Eddie Farmer on Facebook, and my IG is EddieFarmer92. Remember, if the microphone I'll be there to shine my possessing insight. If you send me a question, you take a guess. The answer is yes. Hope everyone stay safe, positive, and blessed. And now stop speaking or singing the wonderful words outside your chest. And now stop being and feeling your best.
He really is that positive all the time. He's a wonderful person we have in our firmament, Eddie Foreman. We are coming to the end of the night. Okay, good. Thank you. Hold on 1 second, Dan. We had a latecomer. We're going to stick around in DC. It's someone who's hasn't actually been at this mic in a while, but we're always glad when he can make it. And he's a regular attendee with Tumbleworks, and we're always thankful to hear his work. And several of our female members have complimented his deep voice. I thought he would like to know that. Oh, he's even rocking the gear. He's even rocking the BWOMS t-shirt. Please welcome Martin Parker, Park William.
Oh, thank you so much, kid. I'm sorry I'm here late. I had some stuff I had to get done, but I thought I'd like to read this poem that is an elegy for a friend of mine whose birthday was the other day that I don't think I've read here before. This is called Rocky Shakespeare. Is my mic working tonight?
Yeah, we got you. We can hear you fine.
They weren't working earlier. Okay, cool. Let me know if they stop working. Rocky Folkspear. Echoes from stadia bring me back to shadows of memories of rocky relations that flicker to life in staggered stages, of crimson connections to counters of crows, the mystery man who married a shoe, ignoring the carpenter passing the hat, as you and her brother caroused all night, not knowing what the future would show. With games in the yards and the federal field, and also beneath the freeway arch, chasing a ball lifted up to the sky from a land down under the silent sea, while stones curled away on pebbled ice to seal a season curiously free of brushing the slush at shouting signs, exposing my logocentricity. You focused on fixing a housewarming ficus, free from the bondage you flailed against, on one final walk through the neighborhood trails, on a floor more lately chaotically fluid, to flourish for years before finally failing, and leaving leaves littered among the debris around your speakers set up in my space for the sharing of music with friends. We'd watch those vibrant hothouse flowers behind the shockingly mellow Michelle, unlike the one pouring out bass desires, beside the shell that showed rusty roots, bound by frenetic cerulean harps that traveled around in a bandolier with rumors of random precision that ring and will shine ever on in our mind. At the guard, you called out for a single pierced lobe, bringing him down to calmly explain, bringing him down to more calmly explain than you or I had a right to expect the customs of his Carolina home, and soon the signs of the end of times, thus sending us down the signing line, recalling the songs of a double star and a church that was named for my aunt. For casually getting yourself called out, for offering an officer a good day too far, when told not to turn on the way to Zigay at the new 9:30 one evening in May. And then there's the time we were stunned to see Matheny's orchestrionic reveal that flitter and flare around the curved wooden walls of the hall by the mansion on the hill. They take me back to the stage of the arena and the post where the weather was always quite glad, with the young ones singing tales of a valley so green. Then Janice, inspired by the voice of Aretha, was 24 all over again on every single singing night, while hauntingly breaking another piece of our hearts resounding with joy. By ordering Italian at Richian venues, we'd witness bottled sriracha fire go sauntering by in a promenade, then rush in to view unorthodox skies or hazy sights of seasonal lights, while heading to hear a harmonious ocean, letting fine figures of intricate folk around solstice time. My thoughts turn to you at the Lupine Lure as we lay beneath the limitless sky, remembering your gift of years before, while listening with joy to the whiler of time. Then long buried memories flicker anew. You asked me to help you commit one last time, then called to postpone our next walk through the woods a few minutes before your collapse. The words of your favorite Jedi we heard, his anthem resounding the stairway besides, along with a now controversial hail on a campus of earlier Shakespeare pursuits. We'd gathered around a bumper crop of memories carefully laying about, to reminisce and fearlessly hope, as Eric cried his heavenly tears. You'd finally found in your wandering way some asylum for your soul. This is in loving memory of Peter Folger, whose name can be translated as Rock Folk Spear. That's the title. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you for that tribute to your friend. If people want to see more of you on the internet, if they're interested for your very captivating word art, for example, where can they find more of that?
You can find that on parquillian.com, Parquillian. And I can drop that information in the chat too, if anybody wants it.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Martin.
Thank you.
And we have come, regrettably but happily, to the end of the night. And there's only one way to end the night. We're going to go to the bull hand and call for the old right-hander. And that's Dan the Man. Dan, when you're ready. You
Hello?
good?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine. The new
Great.
headphones?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to use
Awesome.
my headphones because I don't know what the hell's going on with the it's a long story, but anyway. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, the one I'm wearing right now is Creative El Paso. I just received that t-shirt. Just last Saturday when they were doing the Dolos premiere. And so this is very nice. Creative El Paso. This is nice. And I still need a BWOMS t-shirt. I need to represent. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm trying to get into acting. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Speaking of poetry, I didn't mention this a week ago. I wish I was in New York for the poetry festival. Yep. There's all the words most of all. Yep. So in all as we fall. Yeah. So yeah, I heard it's nice. I wish I was there. Yeah, because I couldn't afford the trip. Hopefully in the future I'd like to visit there someday. Well, one day. And speaking of books, I'm hoping to. I didn't get a chance to finish off the poetry book I'm still on, and it's gonna take me a while. So just bear with me. So, all right, I'm gonna do a couple of words of love from Priopos, romantic saints from Mexico. Viva Mexico. Right, Richie. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Si no hay calor en el nido, lo busca fuera el marido. Finding no warmth in his nest, a husband will look elsewhere. Amor sin beso es como chocolate sin queso. Love without kisses is like chocolate without cream. Si no eres casto, se carto. If you be chaste, be cautious. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, okay. All right. Contras los males de amor, chucharadas de olvido con formentos de amor seguido. For heartbreak, take spoonfuls of forgiveness with repeated doses of love. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay, let me skip that one. I don't want to read that. Okay. Oh, here's this one. Vale más una buena amistad que un mal romance. A good friendship is better than a bad romance. Okay. All right, let me do one more. Pan es pan, queso es queso. No hay árbol si no hay un beso. Bread is bread, cheese is cheese. Love's not love unless you give me a kiss. All right. Okay, I'm gonna stop there for right now. So here it is. Okay. Words of love, piropos, romantic sayings from Mexico. Yep. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, yeah, I know I'm behind schedule, so I should be uploading the poetry, the regular blog from last Saturday. So I apologize for the delay. And I don't know what the hell's happened with my computer. So just rest assured, my poetry book's gonna be a while, so I'll keep you posted with the updates come available. So all right. What the hell? Hold on. All right, here it is. Read it and weep it. Just okay. I'm catching up on Instagram, so but I'm behind posts on Facebook and Twitter. I apologize. But you can still subscribe to Dan the Man's Weekly on my YouTube channel. So please don't forget to subscribe. And just subscribe to my channel and find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, let me show this one more time. Here it is. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. All right, Kit. Let's go ahead and get right back to you. And hope to see you guys next Monday. And hope to see you guys, if there's possible, tomorrow at Mona Bar. And if possible, I'll see you Thursday at the Old Sheepdog Brewery. So, all right. Okay, Kit. Let's go ahead and get Richie to call it a night. Y'all have a great evening. Well, and the rest of you guys, I'll see you next Monday.
All right, Dan. We live to serve you. Well, Dan did a good job of plugging the live events we have in town the upcoming week. Tomorrow, downtown at the Mona Bar. That's the rowdiest of our venues. It gets a bit wild there. And then Thursday, what I think of as our showcase at the Old Sheepdog Old Sheepdog Brewery in Central. It's a brewery or so to plug myself, I cannot find my little paper, but you don't know what that says anyway. I do want to plug the Tumblewords Project, free writing workshops, although donations are encouraged, every Saturday afternoon. October the 1st, this upcoming Saturday, we're going to have Shocky Grant. That will be very exciting in my mind. She's a wonderfully talented young poet from Pittsburgh. And I will kick it back to Richie, and we will hang around in the Zoom for a bit for something we call the after party, but we're going to stop this live stream. If we were all in one place, this is when we all get markers and draw on Julian's face because he's sleeping in his little Zoom square. He's sleeping like a baby. But
We should wake him up.
No, don't do that.
not yet. Not yet. We're gonna draw on his face with markers. But
I'm just gonna put up the blast music. Okay,
Well,
forget it.
Speaking of music, I'm gonna throw it back to our normal host and fearless leader, Richie, to officially close it out.
All right, appreciate that, Kit. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for everyone for tuning in. If you're watching right now and you're an EPCC student, hit me up, Dead Wall Reveries on Instagram. You can also look up my name through the EPCC database. You can send me an email through there asking for the QR code so you can get credit for attending today's event. I usually just ask people to share a little bit of what you experienced, like watching everyone. Who did you enjoy? And if there's any lines that you loved, just to show me that you stuck around, that you were listening. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Like I said, this is every Monday, and Dan and Kit did such a great job of promoting it earlier. But yes, we do have some live events. So if you are in the El Paso area this week, again, this is it's September 26th. So this last week of September, if you're in El Paso, come through. We have an open mic on Tuesday at Mona Bar downtown, and Old Sheepdog Brewery on Thursday. And of course, October, we have plenty of events. If you ever do plan on coming through and visiting El Paso or driving through, hit me up. You can shoot me a message as well on my Instagram, or you can just look up my name on Facebook. We will be back next Monday. Again, many thanks to Kit for helping and stepping up, because I've been doing like events in a row, like since Friday, Saturday. Saturday had a couple events. Sunday had an event, and then of course teaching during the week. 2 events this week. So the reprieve helps absolutely, and that was something that was alluded to. We will kind of be hanging out for a little while. We usually do after we end the live streams. So even if maybe you're shy and don't want to perform on the live stream, you're more than welcome to join us at the after party. We talk about anything and everything. It's the Wild West, whatever, but you're also welcome to share anything that you've been working on, and maybe you just don't want to share online. Like we'll still be like an audience to listen to your stuff. Other than that, follow Barbed Wire Open Mic Series if you're not already. Like the video, share it with your peeps. The more people get to see it, the more people get to see everyone's work and get pushed out. So my name is Rich for the live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and say good night. Later, guys. Peace.